G'day guys, welcome back again. The warmer weather is upon me here in Queensland, Australia. Starting to warm up. It's beginning of October, but yeah, you can feel summer's on the way. So I thought I would try a beach pool. I've seen some gorgeous beach pools over the years, and I've never really done one. Apart from the one that I just did this morning before this one, because I wanted to try it out before I videoed it. I think my mix was a little bit thick still, so I've thinned it right down. So pouring medium today is just Floetrol and paint and a bit of water. So the Floetrol, I have mixed 4 parts Floetrol to 1 part Global, which is this. It's a relatively thickish sort of a paint, kind of like sour cream or yogurt, I would say. So 4 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint, and then I've added, what did I add? What's this? Half a teaspoon of water into these that are half a cup, and my white and my navy I put a whole teaspoon of water in. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Hopefully the thinner mix will allow it to sort of flow, sort of melt into each other, I guess. I'm not really going for cells, but I'm expecting this Floetrol to give me some little ones. Kind of just make it a little bit frothy, ocean-like. So don't want huge cells. Right, let's go. And I've got my spatula to swipe with. So the colours today, starting at the top here, navy. And then I've got a blue that I've made up myself. This one is called Coastal Turquoise. It's sort of a bluey aqua colour. This one's really pale. It's called Lagoon. Pale, sort of a minty colour. And then just white. And this one I'm going to use for my beach. It's called Flesh. I don't really have a light, sort of a browny beige colour. I thought the only thing I could use is try like one of the siennas and put white in that, but this is not too bad. It looks all right. So my paint's really quite thin. There's no trace. Paint just sort of falls in when I pour it in like that. It just drops through. Okay, so dark at the top, beach at the bottom, little bit of white through the middle. Let's do it. Now I want a lot of the navy. Obviously, you know, ocean is dark, so I made up double the amount of the dark blue. And as I come down, I'm just going to thin the navy out a little bit. I still want some down there, but I want it thinner, and I want mainly the navy up the top. So lots of navy at the top. And just thin it out down the bottom here. I might as well use it all up. Still feels a little thick. That's okay, well, I'll try it. First time videoing a beach pool for me, so wish me luck. Okay, so the next one is my blue, and I just want to have a little bit of blue up there, more here, and then I'll just ease it down a little bit over here. So more of it there, and then just a little bit drizzled down there. I've got a tiny bit left. If I need to add any later, I can do that. I'll pop it on the side there. Now, the next colour. So the next one, we want to start about here, so that we've got the navy there, the navy and the blue there, and then we'll start with this turquoise, sort of about here. Put most of it here. And just ease it down a little bit. Well, there's a big blob there. Okay, same with this lighter one. I'll start down here because it's going to be lighter down here. And just a little bit down the bottom there where the beach is going to go. Actually, I might put just a tiny little bit, oh, we'll see. Put the beach down first. There's my beach. Don't need a lot of it. I think most of your interest is going to be in your blues. Just put a little bit through there like that. So I haven't used all that at all. Okay, now the white. So obviously I want white where the beach meets the ocean. So I'm going to put a bit there and maybe a little bit more down here. And then as I go up, I'm just going to drizzle it here and there. Oops, don't want a big blob. And I'll just drizzle that little bit like that because I don't want a lot up there, but I just want a little bit for an effect. Okay, so we're covered. To get rid of some of these big blobs of white. Probably should start at the edge over here and then go across. Now, just a little bit of tilting, just to cover the card. This is my 30 by 40 centimeter card. Don't want too much paint left on here because if I do get a nice pattern, if I've got too much paint on, it'll just all run off and I'll lose my pattern. So don't have too much paint on if you can possibly help it. A little bit of navy left. Now, as you can most likely see, what the Floetrol is doing to the paint. See this effect that it's having on the paint? So that's just Floetrol doing that. There's no oils at all in here. So it's just the paint rubbing into the other paints that's causing that. And you'll get more of effect where the lighter paint meets the darker, as opposed to here, the lighter and the lighter aren't going to be that. Oh, a fly. You're not going to see that much difference. All right, now let's do this. I'm going to move my paint out of the way. I think that's enough white. I don't want too much white. I'm going to start at the top and I'm just going to use this little tool to just, in a wavy motion like that, just lightly run across the top. Okay, wipe that off. So, cells already. So lovely, I like that. See, it's darker there. Where I had the white, it's a little bit lighter. And then I'm just going to continue all the way down. I'm not sure if I want to go up. I think I'll just keep the wave effect and see how that goes. For my first time, I can always do something different a little bit later on. You don't have to get every single little part. I like having a little bit of plain colour there, a little bit of navy there, a little bit of aqua there. You don't have to cover the whole thing in cells. It could be a bit much. So I've left another little bit of navy there poking through. This Floetrol is just incredible, isn't it? The way it works. It kind of does look like froth, doesn't it? Ocean froth. And I'll leave that little white tip there. It kind of looks like the tip of a wave, doesn't it? The white caps. And here, I'll just do that. I think I'll put just a little bit, just drizzle a little bit of white through here, just like that. So these puppy piddle pads are great. If you watch my videos, you'll know that I use these. And they're really great for if you're doing this kind of technique. You just wipe that little tool right there. And last little bit, just introduce a little bit of this white into the sand, just so that it's not so plain and boring. Got a little bit of a streak through there. Okay. Now, oh, I don't like that. Don't know what that is, but I don't like that. Big blob. I have to try and get rid of that. Let's see, what can I do with it? Oh, there you go, I'll do that. That got rid of it, didn't it? So you can have a play around with it if you want to, if there's something that you're not particularly happy with, but try not to overdo it. Yeah. I don't know, it's very frothy. I probably could have had a lot more of my navy, even though I used a lot of navy. This aqua has kind of taken over. I think I'm going to get rid of this a little bit here. Don't quite like so much of the white there. And the same with that one. A little bit of white's okay. Okay, so I'm going to leave it. Just run my finger through here so that I get all the paint off the cookie cooling tray there. All right. Well, it's not at all what I was expecting. It's a bit busy for me. Way too much in the way of these Floetrol cells. So, and that's probably because my mix was a bit on the thin side. I added the water. But hey, look, a lot of people will like that effect. And yeah, it's okay. I'll have to see what happens when if it grows on me or not. But I'll no doubt try another one and put a little bit more navy in it. I really like this top section here where I've got a lot more of the navy. As I said, it's just a bit too much of the turquoise there for me. I think it would be better if I made up more navy next time or less turquoise. Okay, let's take you in for a close-up. That's as close as I can get with that one zoomed in. Don't know if that's blurry or not. So what do you think? First beach pour for me. It's harder than it looks, I must say. I think I will do another one. Go back to my normal thickness and add a little bit of silicone. I find that if I add the silicone, you don't get a mass of these tiny little Floetrol cells. But we'll see what happens. It's not bad for a first attempt. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.